Chapter 5, Learning to Make and Take Time. Constant slow movement teaches us to keep working like a small creek that stays clear, that doesn't stagnate but finds a way through numerous details deliberately. Deliberation is born of joy, like a bird from an egg. Birds don't resemble eggs. Think how different the hatching out is. A white leathery snake egg, a sparrow's egg, a quince seed, an apple seed. Very different things look similar at one stage. These leaves, our bodily personalities, seem identical, but the globe of soul fruit we make, each is elaborately unique. From Rumi. The art of slowing down. Acts of making establish their own rhythm and take their own time. A good vegetable stock can't be rushed without compromising flavor. I can't pick pecans from the tree in my yard on my own time. I have to wait for the nuts to fall, otherwise they won't be worth harvesting. Once I gather the nuts, I take them to a man who cracks pecans using a rumbling, elderly machine, and I wait. When I get the box back, it takes several hours to separate nuts from broken shell. Time-consuming and even tedious, but the proof is in the delicious pies I make, gifting friends in December. We can hurry studio time, but why should we want to? Does rushing ever make anything better? Is it satisfying to slap together a little this and that just to be able to say you finished something? Practice slowing down. Savor the materials in your hands. Offer undivided attention and time to them. Wait for the blossoming. Listen to what they'll do. Keep working and see what happens. Really big or really obsessive? Have you ever thought about the wow factor of making? You know what I mean by the wow factor. It's what happens when you see work in a gallery or a workshop and your immediate visceral reaction is wow. I've been trying to unravel the wow factor most of my life. Lots of artwork is easy to like, pieces with gorgeous color and a few appealing visual elements. I knew an artist who spent his entire career composing functionally pleasing collages, either bold in the use of materials or delicate and almost wistful. His work sold well, and I think were he still alive, he would say he had a good life and a satisfying career. But Henry's work never elicited a wow, at least not for me. By the way, this is a disclaimer. Some of this is definitely personal preference. In thinking, it occurred to me that Henry's pieces were always small, which led to wondering whether size plays a role in the wow factor. A lot of small pieces feel unresolved. What's going on with that? Do small pieces run the risk of being perceived as studies rather than completed works if resolution isn't handled deftly? Test my theory by asking, are there pieces of art that would be better if they were bigger? Does working bigger change the dynamic? I think the answer is sometimes yes. I've seen small works that would definitely be more compelling if they were bigger. From this realization came another. Viewers are impressed by big work. So one way to get the attention of galleries, juries, and curators is to work big. However, just because a work of art is big doesn't guarantee it's good. There are plenty of crummy big paintings, but no doubt about it, size gets attention. And when size is linked to a larger-than-life theme, it really works. Subject matter may dictate scale, and scale can make or break subject matter. Not long after my analysis of size, scale, and their relationship to impact, I reviewed some images as an exhibition juror. Midway through image selection, I had a new revelation. The work that blew me away wasn't huge stuff, although there were a few strong, large pieces in the submissions. What mesmerized me and led me to thinking, wow, right and left, were small pieces, such as the work of Mary Ruth Smith, which is almost always under 24 inches and extremely compact. What was that about? Her work, strong? Check. Focused? Check. Felt completely? Check. Small? Definitely. Why were those pieces so unforgettable? Obsession. Works of art elicit a wow when our first response is one of the following. How long did that take? Unfortunate but true. How did she do that? Pays to keep them guessing. Or simply, oh my God, wow. Smith's pieces take hours to complete and involve thousands of hand stitches. Hers is not the only work in the category of obsessiveness. The American Visionary Art Museum in Baltimore is filled with obsessive artwork. From a 3D diorama, 12 feet long, made with toothpicks, to a bra ball created by rolling 18,000 bras into a bundle that would mow you down if it got out in the street and found a decent hill. So those are two aspects of the wow factor: work big or work obsessively, which might not be a problem for you. Maybe you're already entrenched in one strategy or the other. If so, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. The deeper truth. Time passes and thoughts ripen. While I'm convinced that working big or working obsessively builds an audience, consider this. Formula rarely works for long. Formulaically working bigger or trying to be obsessive, as if that's something you could cultivate, that's not really the answer. Your ideas won't necessarily go bigger. You may love clean and simple. You might love small. It's not one size fits all. So dig down to a deeper truth. You can't hurry good work, and you must do whatever it requires of you. You won't know what that is, whether it's working bigger or adding obsessively more to a piece, unless you slow down and sit with it. Sitting with it may prove that neither large nor obsessive is a good fit for you. The real lesson is learning not to whip something up just to be done with it. There's no race. Whether work will sell, win awards, or make you famous doesn't have anything to do with the present moment of being engaged by work you love and work you want to do well. It's a paradox. If you give your work what it requires and don't question how long it will take or whether you are capable of the task at hand, you will probably succeed. Making a piece big or being obsessive about the work in ways a viewer recognizes are only two ways to create art that resonates. Putting heart into the work, never rushing, and doing whatever needs to be done is the third way to create art that sings. To understand this, it helps to be quiet and turn inward and listen. You may find that two of the three qualities, big, obsessive, or thoughtfully rendered, have alchemically commingled, hence the name of this chapter. Building stamina involves engaging the rebel artist to protect and help make time for study, contemplation, and exploration of materials and process. Making time has a rebellious side to it because sometimes finding time is the challenging battle. But the other side of the equation is the need to take time. This is a gentle action, not rushing, but rather slowing the pace. Taking time means breathing into the process. As Rumi wrote in the poem at the beginning of this lesson, creation unfolds like calm breakers. Constant slow movement teaches us to keep working, like a small creek that stays clear, that doesn't stagnate but finds a way through numerous details, deliberately. In this sphere, we are completely removed from issues of scale or obsession. A piece may unfold quickly or slowly. Either is good. The gift of taking time is the opportunity to be lost in time or for time to stand still, even while studio hours surge forward. As mystic Khalil Gibran wrote in The Prophet, "And is not time even as love is, undivided and spaceless?"